Well, that Thanksgiving meal is meant to be enjoyed, right? But there are plenty of ways to savor the holiday while making smart choices. Dr. David Rzeszutko, Vice President of Medical and Clinical Operations at Priority Health, is here with us to share some ways to celebrate joyfully and maintain wellness goals. Thanks for being here with us.
My pleasure.
So just talk about the importance of approaching Thanksgiving with a mindset of balance rather than restriction.
Right. So we really want to focus on that mindful indulgence. So not being overly restrictive such that you're going to create a sense of guilt or shame if you do eat something, but going into that meal with an intent to share a little bit of revelry on holiday, but not overdo.
Yeah, so what are some practical tips for, enjoying that meal without overdoing it?
Yeah, so start with something simple. Go on a full stomach, drink a fair amount of water before you even sit down for that meal. Start thinking about your plate and the composition of the plate. So focusing on fresh fruits and veggies, filling up maybe half the plate with just fresh fruits and veggies before we kind of hit into that really carbohydrate and heavy or laden food. And then even after the meal, think about some of the things that you can do just to be a little bit more active rather than to eat and then, go back onto the couch. So maybe think about taking a walk or doing something active with the family.
Because some people, they say sometimes like, I'm going to skip breakfast, I'm going to maybe lunch or something so I can really go and feast for the main meal.
And that's okay to a point. The problem with that is that can really create some hormonal changes within the body that can lead to those sugar spikes, and that's the thing that we're really trying to prevent or moderate. And so, staying on a consistent daily routine is reasonable, and then knowing that you may overindulge a little bit for that one meal, but that overindulgence at the one meal is not really going to interrupt or short circuit your long-term health goals, assuming that it's not been regular. So
yeah. So share some more ways people can add activity and movement into their Thanksgiving traditions.
Yeah. So kind of exactly what you just mentioned. Instead of just eating and going on the couch and maybe watching football, which a lot of folks may do, is think about planning something, actively planning something with the family, even ahead of time, where it's maybe going out for a walk, depending on the weather that's out there, doing something more active. Our family used to go bowling when I was a little one, so doing something that you can just kind of burn off some of that calorie.
Dance off, maybe.
There you go, or whatever.
Create a game, right?
Something. Create a game, whatever would suit the fancy.
What about, are there ways to make traditional dishes a little healthier, without losing that flavor?
Right, yeah, and so just making some simple little substitutions. So thinking about using something like yogurt instead of a heavy sour cream that can decrease the calorie content and maybe increase the nutritional value. Some of the sugar substitutes that are there, maybe adding in monk fruit or agave, it's going to have a lower glycemic index. Do need to be careful though and check it in the recipe because it might cook just a little bit differently. So try it in advance before you do that.
What role does mindfulness play in enjoying the holiday without guilt for those who may have that guilt? Yeah,
and so I think this is where we say mindful indulgence, so being aware. And if we tend to overly restrict, that's when we do tend to get that sense of shame or self-doubt. And then if we do indulge, then we can, kind of get guilty ourselves. And that can be very counterproductive. So getting a plan, sticking to it, knowing that it's okay, and giving yourself some grace, that if you do maybe have, a larger piece of pie than you intended, it's okay, knowing that your long-term healthcare goals can still be achieved, just as long as you don't continue to recur with that.
Yeah, Dr. Rzeszutko, anything else that you want to share?
Yeah, be healthy and have a safe holiday.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thanks so much for being here with us.
My pleasure.